Right, we've waited a long time for this bike, something like 3 or 4 years ago. The idea was muted and it came along in the shape of a prototype called the T7. And I don't know, enthusiasm for it then got people involved in actually making it happen, and here we are in 2019 with the production bike. Now, I've had the very good fortune to ride it for about 350 miles, both on and off-road, just down the road from Barcelona, about an hour or so southwest of Barcelona. I've asked it to do a lot of different things and it's just come up trumps each and every time. This is an adventure bike that works off-road. It's not a pseudo-adventure bike that just looks the part but starts to feel too heavy, too ungainly and too poorly suspended once you take it off-road. This thing works. Now, the surprising thing is we were led to believe that it was an off-road focused bike and it would work in that environment. But I thought that would come at the cost of being poor on-road. But in the first ride to the first trails that we tried, it was immediately apparent that this is a very comfortable, easy-going, civilized bike offering a lot of protection that I could have ridden it home back to the UK from that point and expected to get there in the most civilized and sophisticated fashion. Now, that was a surprise. This really is a truly versatile motorcycle, and there is one really virtuous thing about it above all others, and there's plenty to choose from. It's the fact that you get everything it's got to offer for £8,399. There is no competition for this bike, given what it can do, given its versatility both on and off-road, and it's just huge capability. For that price, it has no rivals. KTM's new 790 Adventure is a brilliant motorbike, but in standard trim, it's £2,700 more expensive. And in the R-Spec trim, it's £3,600 more expensive. Listen, I haven't ridden that bike. I hear it's very good, but it's got to be pretty damn good to qualify for the same sort of praise this deserves at that price. The engine is very familiar to us already. It's the 689cc parallel twin with a cross-plane crank that we see in the MT-07. It's got a slightly different intake and exhaust systems and slightly different fueling. But internally, at least, it's just the same, and it just gives good, manageable, punchy, usable power that is not intimidating to use in quantity. The suspension on the Tenere is quite trick. It's adjustable at both ends. For the front, it's only adjustable for compression and rebound damping. But it's got 210 millimeters of travel from these 43 millimeter inverted forks. At the back, you've got a rising rate monoshock, fully adjustable, including a remote preload adjuster, which is very handy, and that has 200 millimeters of travel. The braking is taken care of by two 282 millimeter wavy discs on the front, gripped by Brembo 2-piston sliding calipers. And at the back, it's a 245 millimeter wavy disc operated by a single piston caliper. It's got switchable ABS that's been programmed to perform both on and off-road. The equipment level on the Tenere 700 is a bit basic, but it's effective. Clocks tell you everything you need to know. That it's not TFI, it's not flashing anywhere, but you know how much fuel's in the thing, you know how much it's using, you know what temperature is, you know what gear you're in, and it's easy to read. It's got a 16 litre tank. It's got hinged footrests and pedals. They are quite cleverly featuring a rubber insert to give grip during road use, and then when you stand on the peg, as you do when you're off-roading, that collapses to allow your boots to grip the alloy serrated part of the footrest. The tank will give a range of around 135, 150, 160 miles. It's got handguards as standard, so you don't need to buy those as an extra. It's got a bash plate as standard. It's pretty much ready to go off-roading. To make the standard Tenere 700 even more suitable for you, there's a range of accessories, quite a few, but they include panniers, a lower seat, a lowering link, crash bars, and if you buy those you can make the bike even more suitable for your needs.
Because I enjoyed riding the 700 so much, I really can't find anything to fault it for. The only thing I'd moan about is that there weren't enough red and white ones. Oh, and right now there isn't one in my garage ready to play on. The Tenere really is a very versatile bike. It's user friendly, comfortable, has good weather protection and a decent tank range to make it agreeable on the road, and lightweight and excellent suspension make it feel at home off-road too. To get a bike to perform well in such widely differing environments warrants plenty of praise. If you do need more from the bike, adding stuff from the range of accessories can make it even better. The Tenere 700 really is a great go anywhere, anytime type of bike. Arguably the very best feature about the Tenere is its price. There's simply nothing else out there to touch its dual purpose abilities for the same money. At 8,399 quid, it's a steal. Though you'll need to hurry because at the end of July, when the introductory offer ends, it'll go up by around 350 quid. After some great times riding for a day and a half and clocking up around 350 miles both on and off road, I simply have to rate the Tenere 700 really highly. It does an excellent job off-road, and that capability doesn't come with too many sacrifices to its on-road suitability. Might not be quite as plush, civilised or well equipped as some adventure bikes, but I'd rather have its true dual purpose ability for my adventure riding any day. To do what it does, as well as it does, and for the price it comes at, I'd be amazed if it doesn't sell very well. In short, it's a remarkable bike.